Hey, what's up, personal finance students? Welcome back. It is Tuesday, April 28th, I think. What is it, April 28th? Yeah. It's day 25, right? That's a pretty big deal. That's like an anniversary number. What is it, like our silver anniversary of doing this e-learning thing? I think so. Speaking of silver, it is personal finance. It is econ lowdown time, and it's time to talk about making that money, right? That's what being financially literate is. It's knowing how to make money and knowing how to spend money, right? We've been talking about that all term. And so let's take a look at this, right? Let's get onto our Blackbaud bulletin board, personal finance. We have personal finance either in second hour or fifth hour. Not that hours really matter anymore because we're not in school, but same class for both hours, and you're both on econlowdown.org, so we can follow the link right here. That's the first link you see, I think, when you go on here. But there's plenty of other places. Remember to find that Econ Lowdown link under Topics. You can go to Topics. And remember, you have that individualized login that's always starts with a capital S dash whatever, and then your password. Everybody's been doing a good job of logging in. And getting work done, just about. There's still a couple of holdouts out there who have not logged in yet, and we are in the third week of the term, so you need to get on that. If you need that login information, please contact me. Text, email, message, whatever it takes. I will send you the login information as many times as you need it, but you need to use it. You need to get logged into Econ Lowdown. So let's go ahead and do that. econlowdown.org/student is the actual web address. Oh, and I'm already logged in to my teacher account. Let's log out of that so we can log into the student account. Try that again. Student login is what we want. And there's that student code I was talking about, right? I just gave you guys a behind the scenes look at what I see on my end. I really like this site. It's a free site run by the St. Louis Federal Reserve, and I've been to the St. Louis Federal Reserve. It's a really cool place. They do a lot. The Federal Reserve does. We've been talking about that going back to last term with everything the Federal Reserve does for our economy. So let's go ahead and log in to the St. Louis Federal Reserve's Econ Lowdown site, and we are now into Personal Finance Term 5 here with Christopher Cruz. I know I'm in my account because I got my name and initial up there. When you log in, you'll see the same screen, just with your name and initial. And all the work we've been doing so far this term. These first two are just links, right? One is the link to get to the Zoom meeting, which we'll be having this Thursday at 10 a.m. And then the other link is for that scholarship giveaway, which is ending in a couple days. So if you haven't signed up yet, it takes 5 minutes. You can get, what, I think it's $2,500. One prize going to one person for $2,500. All you got to do is put in your name and email address, and you're entered. But you got to do it by the 30th, so you got 2 days. Scroll on down. We answered the question, what is financial literacy? We looked at cards, cars, and currency, lesson 1. We looked at opportunity cost and it's your paycheck, lesson 1. There was an article on getting an education, even if it means borrowing. We looked at the college scorecard, and we talked about what your plan is for after high school. And that's kind of what we've been talking about this week and a little bit of last week, is what's the plan, right? When you get out there as an adult, when you're done with high school, right? How are you going to make money, right? Well, post-secondary education, whether it's going to a trade school or going to college or community college or whatever, tends to, statistically, leads to higher earnings, right? Doesn't have to absolutely lead to higher earnings. In some cases, it doesn't lead to higher earnings. In some cases, people spend a bunch of money on the wrong college, and they end up making less money than people that don't go to college. But on average, right, and for a lot of, fun, fulfilling, challenging, high-paying jobs, you got to go to some kind of college, right? Whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or more. So that's what this is about, right? Plan for after high school, education versus unemployment, right? And unemployment's a big deal right now, right? We're seeing record levels of unemployment. And then college choice, making that right choice. Like I said, not just going to the college that your friends are going to, not just going to the college that has your favorite sports team, but actually, spending a lot of money on a college degree that's going to make you a lot of money. Because if you're spending a lot of money on a college degree that's not going to make you a lot of money, that's not being very financially literate, is it? So, we got an 80% on the quiz on that. That was good enough. 4 out of 5. That's not bad. I could retake the quiz if I wanted to. But 4 out of 5, I'm happy with that. And that gets us to what is productivity, which we assigned yesterday, a little short video Q&A. And what is a living wage is today's written assessment. Written assessments are really easy to do. There's no right or wrong answers. So I'll go ahead and get this one knocked out real quick. What is a living wage? I don't know. Let's see. What do you think is an adequate hourly wage, that's dollars per hour, for you to make at a job in order for you to afford to pay for all of your living expenses, right? This is going to be determined by your living expenses, how much it costs to be you. And you might not necessarily know that. We'll talk more about that as the term goes along. But, what do you need to live a life? You need home, shelter, you need food, you need transportation, right? So, if you think about a full-time job, 40 hours a week, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month, what's an adequate minimum wage? And we have state-mandated minimum wages, but they differ by state. Illinois has a higher minimum wage than Missouri. The federal minimum wage is the lowest any state can have, and that's like less than $8 an hour. Well, I don't know about you, but most people can't live off $8 an hour, even if you're working full-time, right? And so what is an adequate living wage? Some numbers have been thrown out about, what should be the minimum wage, whether it should be $12 an hour, $13 an hour, $15 an hour. And I think 15 might be a good number, and some people must say, well, that's high. Well, no, that's what it costs to live for most people, to live a normal life. Not to live a life of luxury, but to live a normal life. So I'm going to say $15 an hour. $15 an hour is what everybody should try to make in order to be able to pay for a comfortable life. Not a luxurious life, but a comfortable life. $15 an hour. That's my answer. And that's all I'm putting. That's all I got to put. Simple as that. Submit my response. Boom. Done. And you know where I came up with that $15 an hour? The government is currently paying out unemployment benefits like they never did. I know this because my wife just applied for unemployment benefits. And she was approved, not because she normally would be, but because of this pandemic that's going on. And so she was approved for $133 a week, but that does not include the additional $600 that the federal government's going to be adding. And that's this message right here on Missouri's Department of Labor website. This federal CARES Act legislation will provide an additional $600 per week to that $133. So that's what, $733 a week? It's pretty good. It's more than my wife was making before, but she wasn't making $15 an hour. That's what I mean about $15 an hour. That's where they came up with this $600 additional, because they averaged what every state would pay in unemployment, and in Missouri it's $133, and they said, well, if someone's making $15 an hour before they lost their job, they would need an additional $600 a week to get back up to what they were making before they lost their work. And so that's that seems like a fair enough number, $15 an hour. And yeah, my wife for the next few weeks, hopefully, when this money comes through, I got the approval letter, but we haven't gotten the money yet. When the money comes through, she, for the next few weeks, will be making slightly more than she was making when she was employed. It's a messed up situation, but again, I'm not going to complain. And unemployment, again, is supposed to replace your living wage, and $15 an hour seems like a good living wage to me. So that's what I put for this one. But you put your answer. I don't want you to just copy off mine. And then don't forget, we have this question of what is productivity. It's a very short video, 2 minutes long. 2 minutes long. And the quiz is 8 questions. Let's see what number 1 is. How is productivity growth measured? I think that's a change in output, change in inputs. Maybe? Yes, correct. All right, I gave you that one. You guys answer the rest. And if you have any questions for me, if you're having any issues, please let me know. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.